Hello. Hi. So, uh, so my name is Mehar. I am from Kerala. I was a bit worried for last 2-3 days because I'm really nice at talking in Malayalam, like giving a big talks and things like that. But this is probably first or second time I am talking to non-Malayu people. That is in a really big auditorium. So one thing I talk to myself is like most of the people sitting there might not have that. Even they might also have that stage fear. So like I'm trying my best to have a conversation. So yesterday we ran a really small experiment. So we put this thing in that hallway. So that was asking what is your tech superpower. So a lot of people randomly write a lot of different things like I know Python, I know how to Google. And there is somebody, we assume that is the girl. She write I can reply to Tinder and Bumble from same app. That's a really nice thing. So why we assume that that's a really niche problem. Only like maybe women face that kind of issue. So that's a really nice thing, right? There is somebody in this audience, or maybe somebody outside there, who came for the conference, know how to make an app that can actually make use of this Twitter and Bumble API, and that is actually working. And there is somebody here who can actually do that. And most of us, maybe we don't have that problem, but even we don't know how to do that. So assuming some of us actually wanted to learn that from her, how do we do that? So assuming most of us are in Bangalore only, so we thought like some Saturday afternoon we'll come together and sit together and probably we'll try if she is willing to teach us. Or yesterday we met Rudra, it's a 12-year kid. So he know how to contribute to FOSS, one of the leading like OS in the kernel level. So assuming some of his friends actually wanted to learn, oh, this guy is doing a lot of wonderful thing, maybe I actually wanted to like give it a try. So where is one place that anyone can actually go? So assuming 5 of us are there, where is one place in Bangalore? Bangalore is the tech capital of India. Where is one place that 5 of us actually can go, sit together, plug our computers, share internet, talk to each other, and build something together? There are few co-working space, but you need to pay a lot of money. There are while we were in college, I studied in Kochi QSAT. So while we were in college, we came across something similar. So from my first year onwards, I was working around FOSS, like creating small sessions, helping people to install Linux, those kind of things. So during my third year, we hosted a event. It's called Maker Party Kochi. So that was with Mozilla. So Mozilla had this small thought process, like so all of us are consuming internet. How we can enable more people to contribute to internet, contribute to Wikipedia maybe, or create a website, create a robot, something like that. And we hosted the largest web maker party in the world, Maker Party Kochi, with Mozilla. Around 4,000 people came. And we had around 100-150 volunteers. So after the event, maybe I'll tell more about the event later. But after the event, we had a bunch of people, 100-150 people, who are really keen on learning new technologies, creating robots, apps, and all those kind of things. But that time, we didn't have a place where we can go and sit and learn together. So we reached out to, so we had, so the university was one of the premier one in Kerala. So we had access to really fast internet. National Knowledge Network had, I think, a couple of GB per second internet. But that is in the library. You can go there, you can download something, but you are not supposed to talk. So that was a government college. You can sit in your class as long as you like. But the thing is, like, there was no internet. The story is a bit outdated because that was before 4G. Anyway, so we were in need of a place that we can just go there, sit together, and learn something together. So we tried, so that was our need of that time. So we somehow convinced our management, the university, to open up a small space where every afternoon after college, some of us will be going there. And someday I told like, oh, I know how to make a website without coding. So I was actually using WordPress. So a lot of friends who didn't know, they actually joined. So every evening there will be some sort of small sessions or workshops like that. only taught by like somebody from the second year, third year mechanical girl. Somebody will be telling like, I know how to do this. If someone is interested to do that, just do it together. So that was a really nice experiment that created out of our need. Then what happened is like, so there was a lot of people. Eventually what happened is like, whoever was part of that thing, that collective, whoever was exploring technologies that was not part of the syllabus but was really in need of industry, like industry need that kind of talent. So we were doing things for curiosity, we were doing a lot of things for fun, but eventually what happens like almost everyone who were part of that collective, who actually didn't went to their hostels after college, they just came here and shared their knowledge. They became really big. So let me show one story. So this is Nitin Vasant. So there was some small development board that could actually read brain waves. So somebody else actually bought that. They didn't never use that thing. So Nitin Vasant got access to that board. So he was tinkering with that board. So that could, like ECG, brain have EEGs. So he was actually tinkering with that thing, and eventually he founded a startup. And this is one photo of him from I think Rashtrapati Bhavan. So he got awarded. So he's now developing a headphone that could actually monitor our brain waves and how calm we are, how good our sleep was, things like that. And this so this is one chat with him. So all these things actually happen very random. So you see Sangeet Thakur. So Sangeet is my college had around 1/3 students from North India. So Sangeet was again random student, and he was also tinkering around things. Eventually Sangeet joined AT&T Bell Laboratory, one of the, they had around 12 Nobel Prizes. And so yesterday, I think all of you might be really astonished by seeing Rudra. I was really happy to see him, but I was not really surprised because I have seen a bunch of people, bunch of kids who are doing really amazing things. So when I met Sarang, I think he was in 4th standard or 3rd standard. He is the youngest person in the world who is actually certified to run a fab lab. I'm sure you might be knowing MIT Fab Labs. So this was a really, so we were not planning for anything. So we were just friends or community people, college mates who actually wanted to learn something together. So that's how we started this small collective. It's called TinkerHub. So I was on my final year. Then I moved out. I joined Kerala Startup Mission. I was working with the Kerala government, running their incubation centers and accelerator programs. And so even though we had really great successes, like kids who were part of TinkerHub was doing really well, like creating startups, working with great products and everything. I thought that was something random. Like maybe it was because of Kochi. Kochi is the most the Bangalore of Kerala, you could say. Or maybe because these people came with really good marks or something. But when we tried similar kind of experiments in Talasheri, in Kottayam, that was really remote places, where after college, 5 or 6 students from different branches, different batches, they went to their canteen together. They were discussing about learning technology, building something new together. In 1 or 2 years, the kind of change they have seen in their campus, like most of people who are part of this community are actually getting really good internship opportunities, creating really amazing products, games, and whatnot. So that was the time I thought maybe something really interesting in here that need to be explored. So so this was the first slide's answer. What is the superpower you wish you had? So if you think about India or maybe any other part of the world for that matter, if you are not coming from a really privileged background, if you are not very rich or upper class or upper caste, the possibilities of you are getting the kind of life you actually wanted was really limited. So, so before 90s, like you just complete your degree, that was it. Like you don't have any like control over your future. But these days, maybe after 2015, to be precise, if you have that kind of skills that industry needed, or if you are that continuous learning ability, it's really possible that it's really possible that you could have the kind of life you deserve. So think about like maybe I don't know how many are coming from IITs. Maybe if you are not coming from IIT, or if you have a friend that actually went to different kind of college, like normal college, that was the most number of colleges across India. So they are all not very bad people, or they are not as smart as we are. They are really smart people. But the thing is, like, and I never met, so I talk to thousands of students every year. I never met anyone who have a clear plan to destroy their life. So first year I will be like scolding my teacher. Second year school bus glass is gone. I never seen anyone who is having a clear plan to destroy their life. But the thing is, like, everyone really need or want to have a good life. But the thing is, like, you might be knowing, like, if you are a developer, you know the kind of tools you are using or the kind of skills you are having today is not trained by an official program. You might have figured it out your own. You might have get some mentors, some things, but the things you are taught in college are not the kind of things you do today. So and you can't blame colleges, because okay, I have to. So assuming say, so you were in like the year is 2014. So some university taught, like, we want our students to have all the great, like, latest skills so that they will get good jobs when they get out. So that was in 2014. Android was booming. So the university thought, like, okay, we'll make the syllabus for 4 years. We'll taught everything in Android, and then when 2018, when they are getting out, they will get good jobs, or they will be able to create good products and things like that. So by the time, so that time I think Eclipse was the IDE, Java was the language using, and the syllabus is planned for 4 years. By the time this kid get into third year, actually Google introduced Android Studio. By the time this kid is getting out, the language used is Kotlin. Since you are a developer, you know these are like derived from this thing. But if you are really keen on, like, following what is taught in the college, just after even with the latest syllabus you had, just after 4 years, you are not usable. Like, you won't get any opportunity. So the thing is, like, this is a really good time if the kids are in a position to take ownership of their learning. But most of the time, so yesterday we had really good conversation around Mon School. So we are heavily using Mon School, because the thing is, like, everyone want to give it a try to learn coding, but it's really hard. It's really hard in the early days. So Mon School is one tool that we are using. So what TinkerHub does is, like, we give people the kind of confidence that is needed. So today and yesterday we have seen number of people who are actually contributing to open source, creating really amazing tools. So then we have that kind of confidence. I'm not alone. There's a lot of people doing this. Probably I too can do that. And if I get stuck, there is somebody I could actually go and talk. So like that, we went to different colleges and we identify, maybe there would be 3-4 students who might be knowing the latest technologies. Like if we are talking about blockchain, there might be somebody who knows a bit of technology, that technology. And most of the students there might not be knowing anything at all. And they are scared. They are scared to ask whether they will be like make fun of me. So what we create is a community, a safe space where it's totally okay that you don't know anything about technology, anything about learning or building. There would be a space, there would be a bunch of people who care for you, who help you in learning things. So that actually worked. So these are a bunch of stories. We have a large number of stories. These are bunch of stories. This one was particularly interesting because so we have small. So what TinkerHub today do is like we create small peer learning communities inside campuses where students help each other in learning new technologies. Eventually, everyone will succeed and create products and join great startups, things like that. So this person, he was a mechanical engineer professor at one of the universities, one of the colleges that we are operating. So, so this guy, this sir was really keen on learning things. So we were running a machine learning boot camp. So he actually joined. That was only for students, but he actually joined. And then through our program only, he actually got to join IBS. So a mechanical professor, he didn't have any coding background, but he was really keen on learning things. He sat with his students, learned together, and then he actually joined the industry. So these are other stories like Jan. So Jan, while he was in 10th standard, his product was the product of the day in the product hunt. And this was so this was one girl from RIT Kottayam. So she didn't had that kind of permission from her parents to get to attend a hackathon. But she didn't had any laptop. But she was really keen on learning. She had that kind of a support system in their community. Eventually, she got Google scholarship, and she went to like Singapore. So this is how we work. There would be a community, there would be a learning programs, and there would be career. So whatever we do is part of these things. So by anybody can join this community who actually wanted to learn. We start from inspiring people to like telling stories, showing people that is really relatable. So we had a really amazing Women in Technology collective where we showcase young girls who have done a lot of different things, interesting things, and they will be talking about their challenges as well. So then other girls will be able to relate. Okay, she was somebody like that. She had permission issues. She was feared, but she actually figured out. Probably I too can. So and then there is a lot of learning programs. Koda Pookalam was one of that, where we work with Mon School to in the time. So if you don't know anything about coding, but you could just create Pookalams using coding. We got around 2,000 or 3,000 applications, and eventually we'll help you in getting in placement as well. So 2014, everything started with Maker Party Kochi. Then we started this TinkerHub community. We had no plan to create an organization or start working full-time or anything, but things were working. So that actually forced me to quit my full-time job at Kerala government and move to TinkerHub Foundation full-time. And we didn't have any financial plan or anything. It's a registered non-profit organization, and FOSS United actually funded me. Right now, this is the numbers from last year. So we have around 75 campuses across one state. And we are around 13,000 members. Last year alone, we created 3,900 projects that is available in GitHub. And around 40,000 people we have engaged. So what we have learned is, if there is a small collective, a group, a community, maybe 5 people, 2 people, in somewhere, in Bangalore, in remote villages, in Andhra, anywhere, if they are empathetic enough to care for each other, if they are curious enough to learn together, it's really possible to get into places. We have people, our Women in Tech program lead, she actually joined Google recently. Even she didn't went to any IITs or like NITs. So this is really possible. We have seen that we have our own reasons to contain to Kerala only. But if some of you are coming from different places who actually wanted to give it a try to create small peer learning communities, to create a tech learning ecosystem in your places, we are more than happy to get help you or to share our knowledge. So this is a link where you can, if you are a developer, if you have a company, you could actually let's work together to make this happen. Thank you.
Hello. So
Hi.
I really liked your presentation and what you spoke about communities. So just curious to know, like, do you have these clubs only in colleges or uh, anyone else, like in other organizations, or like, is it only in colleges or like?
No, no, no.
Okay.
In this process, so I graduated in 2015. So all of my friends and juniors and seniors are like in Cochin, we were having that vibrant startup ecosystem and tech learning ecosystem. So whoever actually join community, learn something, and then they go back and mentor others. So that's where, like, if I maybe you could relate to me, maybe we are in the same age round, but maybe a first year girl might need to hear stories from their seniors, or a girl just get out of college. So everyone who are part of this community will be going back and giving mentorship, giving like helping each other in learning. So it's a community. Some people will be joining from campus only, but then we are community. You don't have exit. You stay back.